Okay, so can you see a slide on screen? It's a slide of Maharashtra State Board of Secondary and Higher Secondary Education, Pune 04. The evaluation pattern of information technology having standard 12 is given over here. Okay, so yes, all of you give your attendance. Yeah, all students who are present, give your attendance in the chat box. Write present, sir, or present. Okay, someone is playing with his mic. Ratan, you mute your sound. Yes, you mute your music. Yeah, your mic is enabled. Okay. Now see, this is our first slide. It is a scheme of evaluation, and in evaluation, information technology having a code for science stream. Okay, this subject have a specific code. Okay, what is that code? Here it is given. Okay, the code is 97 given for information technology subject of science stream. Okay, so if you want to give your exam, then these are the exam scheme in a year. Okay, first is the first internal assessment. I mean, this is the unit test one. Your unit test one carries 25 marks. Okay, so 25 marks are allotted for your unit test one. Similarly, for unit test two, 25 marks are allotted. Okay, so for unit test one, 25 marks are there. For unit test two, 25 marks are there. Here is a first terminal examination which carries 50 marks. So 50 marks are allotted for first terminal examination. Okay, we have to take a unit test one in 5 or 6 days. I will inform you that our unit test one is going to conduct. Okay, so I will inform you later on. But the unit test one of 25 marks we will conduct soon. Okay, the hub terminal means the first two chapters are considered in first terminal examination which carries 50 marks. Then the unit test 2 carries 25 marks, and then the whole syllabus is considered, and your final exam is the in-house exam of school or college, that is called prelim examination. That preliminary examination or prelim examination will conduct in month of Jan and Feb, and it carries 100 marks. Now these 100 marks are bifurcated in theory and practical. So here 80 marks are allotted for theory and 20 marks are allotted for practical examination. Now how we will conduct the theory examination and how will we conduct the practical examination? Okay, see here. Here it is given that theory examination will be based on full syllabus. This is the first thing you have to know, that the theory examination will be based on full syllabus and it will comprise of 80 marks. 2.5 hours the duration to cover your paper of 80 marks. In this paper, 60 marks will be based on objective content and 20 marks will be based on subjective content. Okay, it means the objective questions are for 60 marks and the lengthy questions answers and programs are for 20 marks. Okay, so 60 marks are for just objective. And you have to choose the right answer or either you have to use a fill in the blanks. Okay, so 2.5 hours are given for your theory examination. We will conduct your theory examination online. The preliminary examination is also conducted online. The first terminal examination we conduct in on paper, write up on paper, but nowadays it is not possible to collect together all students in a classroom, so we will conduct it on online too. Okay, so next part is after theory of information technology subject, we get 80 marks, where we are allotted 80 marks for theory and 20 marks are for practical. Now practical examination based on full year work will comprise of 20 marks. It takes 3 years for duration. Every student will have to perform one practical. This is the change in this new syllabus. From last year up to the last year, we have student has to do 2 practicals in 3 years. But you are good lucky. So here you have to solve only one practical, or you have to do one practical in your practical examination. Okay, so we will provide you different slips, out of which you have to do practical of one slip. So here it is given that the practical slip will contain 2 questions based on 2 different skill set, and student will perform any one. Here journal will carry a maximum of 5 marks. Up to the last year it was 2 marks. It was for 2 marks, but from now, from this year it goes to 5 marks. So the journal will carry maximum 5 marks. 15 marks is for one practical. Okay, so see here 15 marks are for one practical and 5 marks are for journal. We will provide you a list of 2 practical, or we will provide a slip of 2 practicals. From those practicals you have to perform only one practical. Okay, so for one practicals there are 15 marks, and for your journal 5 marks. So this is the big change in this syllabus or this evaluation pattern. Okay, so this change you have to notice here. Okay, up to the last syllabus it was for 2 practicals, now it is for one practical. So you have to perform only one practical in 3 years. Okay, so this is all about the evaluation pattern of the year. Unit test 1 for 25 marks, first terminal examination for 50 marks, unit test 2 for 25 marks, and your prelim examination is for 100 marks. Out of this 100 marks, 80 marks is for theory and 20 marks is for practical. The same pattern you will get in the final examination of a board. In final examination of board, 80 marks is for theory and 20 marks is for practical. Okay, so here you have to keep in mind that for practical examination, you have to perform only one practical. Understood? Okay, so HSC board examination is for 100 marks. Now we will go to the next slide. Here is the next slide. Here it is given that Maharashtra State Board of Secondary and Higher Secondary Education, Pune, has given you marks distribution as per the chapter. Okay, so this type of marks distribution or weightage you will not get in your book. So what I will suggest you, either you can take a screenshot of this part, or you can write this evaluation of marks distribution on your notebook. I will give you 2 minutes. In the 2 minutes, you have to write this marks distribution. Okay, see, first chapter is advanced web designing. Total 6 chapters are there. The first chapter is advanced web designing. This advanced web designing chapters has a weightage of 20 marks and marks with the option is 25. So 25 marks of questions we can ask on advanced web designing. Second chapter is the introduction to search engine optimization, that is an introduction to SEO. 10 marks are allocated for this subject and with option 12 marks are allocated. Okay, so for SEO only 10 marks are allocated. Third chapter is advanced JavaScript. So third chapter is advanced JavaScript. In advanced JavaScript, there are 15 marks are allotted for this chapter and with option there are 20 marks. So for JavaScript, there are 15 marks are allotted. The fourth chapter is emerging technologies. So for emerging technologies, 10 marks are allotted and with options, you can see 12 marks are allotted. Okay, so normally 10 marks, question of 10 marks we ask on emerging technologies. The fifth chapter is a server-side scripting, that is a PHP. On this PHP, we ask questions of 15 marks. So 15 marks are allotted for server-side scripting using PHP. The last chapter is the sixth chapter, that is e-commerce and e-governance. The 10 marks are allotted for this chapter. We can ask questions related to e-commerce and e-governance have weightage 10 marks. Okay, with option 12 marks are there. Okay, so total 20, 10, 15, 10, 15 plus 10, 80 marks of question paper you have to solve. Okay, so total 6 chapters are there. The weightage or mark distribution is given as per this evaluation pattern, as per the list given on the slide. If you have your notebook, then you can write this evaluation pattern or you can write the mark distribution for each and every chapter. If you don't have your notebook, then if you have your book, then you can write in index what are the marks distribution for each chapter. Okay, so for advanced web designing 20 marks, to introduction to SEO 10 marks, for advanced JavaScript 15 marks, for emerging technologies 10 marks, for server-side scripting 15 marks, and for e-commerce and e-governance there are total 15 and 10 marks. Okay, so this type of things or this type of information will not make available in your book. Okay, I will not make available this evaluation pattern as it is. So if you know how to take a screenshot of this part, then you can take screenshot. Otherwise, if you have your pen and notebook with you, then write the distribution either on your book or notebook. So I'll give you 1 minute. In 1 minute, write this mark distribution. Okay, if you have completed, then give me a reply in the chat box. I'll go on next slide. Okay, so now I'll go on next slide. Okay, now this is about your final examination or the preliminary examination, how the questions are allotted or how the questions will come and what are the number of questions will be there, marks obtained, marks allotted for the questions. This pattern, examination pattern or paper pattern is given over here. Okay, this examination pattern or this paper pattern is quite new for you. Okay, so this pattern will be for your final examination and preliminary examination. Now see here, question 1, fill in the blanks. In the fill in the blanks, total 10 questions are asked and each question carries 1 marks. So question number 1 carries total 10 marks. One question of 1 mark, such 10 questions are asked and the total marks for the question number 1 is 10 and the question is fill in the blanks. Okay, so in fill in the blanks, empty text box are provided and in that empty text box you have to enter right answers. Okay, in that text box you can write the answer in capital or small scale. It will automatically convert it into capital letters. Okay, so there is no case sensitivity for fill in the blanks question. In text box, you can write the text either in capital or small, it will display in capital. Okay, so here is a 10 questions for 10 marks. Now question number 2, it's state true or false. Means total 10 sentences were given and from 10 sentences you have to read each and every sentence carefully and you have to decide that sentence is a true or false. So 12 questions are asked instead true or false. Each question carries 1 mark. So total 10 questions are allotted for the second question, that is a straight true or false. Okay, so 10 questions for each mark. There are total 10 marks are allotted for the question number 2. Now question number 3. Okay, now in straight or true false, there are 2 options will be there. True, false. You have to click on the right radio buttons. Means 2 radio buttons are provided in front of each sentence. If the sentence is a true, then you have to click on the radio button just beside the true. Otherwise, you have to click on the false. So 2 buttons, you cannot select both the buttons because those are where radio buttons. So radio buttons allow only one selection. So either true you can select or false you can select. Both options you can't select at a time. Okay, so state true or false for 10 questions for 10 marks. Now third is a MCQ, multiple choice single answer. It is called MCQ 1. Means 4 options are given, you have to choose right one. So how many questions are there? Total 10 questions will be there. Each question carries 1 marks. So for 10 questions, 10 marks are allotted. Now question number 5 is related to question number 4 is related to multiple choice, 2 correct answer. Okay, in multiple MCQ 1 there are 10 questions for 10 marks. In question number 4, multiple choice, 2 correct answers. Okay, means here total 10 questions are asked. In multiple choice 2 questions, 10 questions are asked. Each question carries 2 marks. So total 20 marks are there for 10 questions. So there are 20 marks for 10 questions. So multiple choice 2 correct answers means MCQ 2 means if options five options are given or 6 options are given, from that 6 options you have to choose or select right 2 options. That is called MCQ 2. Now question number 5 is MCQ 3, that is a multiple choice 3 correct answers. It is also known as MCQ 3. Now for MCQ 3 there are 2 questions. Each question carries 3 marks. 3 plus 3, 6 marks. So 2 questions are asked. These 2 questions carries total 6 marks. Okay, so this 2 question carries total 6 marks. What comes in multiple choice 3 correct answers? If 6 answers are given, you have to select 3 right answers. You have to select 3 choices. Okay, so here are multiple choice 3 correct answers. So each question carries 3 marks. 2 questions are asked. So total 6 marks are allotted for MCQ 3. Next, this is a new part in your paper pattern. In last year, up to the last year, this pattern in paper pattern, this type of concept was not enabled. That is a match the following. It was not present last time. So match the following is a newest term or newest question comes or started from this syllabus. There are total 4 questions are asked. Each question carries 1 marks. So 4 marks are allotted for match the following. Okay, so total 4 marks are allotted for match the following. Next question is question number 7. The question number 7 is answer in a brief. Okay, question number 7 is answer in brief. Any 5 you have to answer. Any 5 questions you have to solve. The number of questions are 8. Each question carries 2 marks. Means 8 questions are given and 5 you have to solve. If each question carries 2 marks, then 10 marks are there for 5 questions. Mean question number 7 carries total 10 marks. Each question carries 2 marks, so it is 10 marks. Next is a question number 8. After the question number 7, there is a question number 8. This question number 8 has a sub question A and B. There are 2 sub questions for question number 8. The first sub question A is for write a program in HTML. You have to write a program in HTML and that you have to submit online. Okay, so this is the 8th question. There are 2 questions asked. Number of questions are 2 and you have to perform or you have to solve only one. So 2 questions are asked, you have to solve one. Okay, so write a program in HTML is for 5 marks. So 5 marks are allotted for question number 8A. Now question number 8B. For question number 8B, similar to question number 8A, here also we provide or board provide you a program for writing code which is related to JavaScript or PHP, but mostly it's related to JavaScript. So two questions are provided, two questions are asked, you have to solve one of them. If you solve it correctly, if your tags are correct, then you will get 5 marks. If your tags are not specific, your tags are wrong, your general structure is wrong, then you will not get full 5 marks. So each question carries 5 marks. For question number 8A, there is a 5 marks. Question number 8B, there is a 5 marks. So total is 80 marks. So this is a paper pattern of 12th standard. Your paper for final examination will come in this same manner. Either it may be pandemic situation of COVID-19 or it may be any situation. This evaluation or paper pattern will remain same. It will not change forever. Okay, so this is the paper pattern that you have to use in final exam. So I'll give you 1 minute. In 1 minute, you write all these description and number of questions with marks. So in 1 minute, either you can get screenshot, or you can write it in your notebook. After completion, write in the chat box. See, these things are not in your book or notebook. Yeah, these things are not available on internet also. Okay, we just got it on yesterday. So I have just distributed with you, but I can't give you all these things to you because it is the document of Maharashtra State Board. So better way you write it on notebook. Okay. So shall I go ahead? So this is next slide, practical layout for your final examination. I mean, how the marks are allotted for the practical. See, students should perform any one practical based on skill sets taught during your academic year. I mean, whatever we taught SOPs, out of which one practical you have to do. The marking scheme for practical is as given below. Write a program and execute it. Okay, the write a program and execute it is the question. If there is a handwritten code for that practicals, we will give you 5 marks. If the handwritten code is accurate, if the handwritten code is perfect, then you will get 5 marks. When you type it on computer with the correctly without any spelling mistake, and if your syntax is right, then you will get 5 marks more. So 5 plus 5, that is 10 marks. Third is the execution. If you execute the output and you get output on screen, and the screen output given taken on screen is a desired one, then you will get 3 marks. So if your execution is right, if your question, if your answer is right, then here you will get 3 marks. After getting the desired output, you have to show it to examiner. If examiner checked it, and if examiner tells you to take a printout, then only you can take a printout. Okay, if you're doing your own and you're saying my practical is completed, now give me a printout of these practicals, we will not give you. So what we have to do, what you have to do, that when you solve your examination, or when you solve your paper, or when you write your handwritten code, then show that to examiner will correct it. If the corrected code, if you do it on computer and if you get the right output, then you will get 3 marks. And if you get the printout of that output, then you will get 2 marks. So 5 marks for handwritten code, 5 marks for your typing and syntax, 3 marks for your execution, and 2 marks are for printout. So in this type, the marks are allotted for the practical. Now the complete and certified journal will give 5 marks. If your journal is completed, if it is certified with the principal of your college, then if it is certified, then only you will get 5 marks. So total marks will be 20. In the 20 marks, 5 marks is for handwriting, 5 marks for correct typing and syntax, 3 marks for execution, 2 marks for printout, thus total 15 marks. And for complete with certified journal, you will get 5 marks. So 20 marks are in your hand. Okay, so 20 marks are in your hand. Other 80 marks you have to score in the final examination. Okay, so teacher's note is given over here. It's not for you. Okay, so up to this part you can write a program and execute it from this part to the complete and certified journal. This part, right up to this part, write a program and execute it from this to complete and certified journal and the grand total. Okay, up to the grand total you write this much part. You don't have to write the teacher's note. Okay, so only portion A and portion BC. A, B, C you have to write. So only these 5 to 6 things are important: handwritten code, correct typing and syntax, execution, printout, complete and certified journal, and last is the grand total, that is a 20 marks. So these points were important. Now I'll go on next slide. Now see, these things are very important. You have your book with you. If you don't have your book with you, then write this in your notebook. Because of COVID-19 situation, your syllabus is reduced for year 2020 and 21. This is very important because what you have to study and what do not have to study, that is you will get over here. Okay, so for COVID-19 situation, your syllabus is get reduced by 25%. So you have to do study on 75% only. Now what is reduced? See, chapter number 3 and chapter name is Advanced JavaScript. Now open page number 45, 46 and 47. On page number 45, 46 and 47, you have to cross these 3 objects: math object, date object and array object. These 3 things are not in your study. You don't have to study it. It get reduced in COVID-19 situation. As your syllabus is reduced by 25%, these 3 things are excluded from your syllabus. That is a math object, date object, array object. No question will ask from these 3 things. Okay, so chapter number 3, Advanced JavaScript, cross math object, date object and array object. Any questions related to these 3 things will not be asked in your final examination. Similarly, question number 4. What is the name of question number 4? That is the emerging technology. In this emerging technology, the point number 4.3, that is artificial intelligence, AI, this much section is excluded from your syllabus. So if you want to check it on your in your note in your book, then open page number 56. You don't have to study the content given on page number 56. So AI, artificial intelligence, in bracket section only, that you have to exclude from your study. Now chapter number 5. In chapter number 5, server side scripting using PHP is the chapter name. From this chapter name, page number 66, 67, page number 66 and 67. On this page number, PHP associative array and multidimensional array. These two arrays are given. You have to cross this AI section on page number 56 and PHP associative arrays. Page number 66, you have to cross these things, PHP associative array. On page number 67, multidimensional array. These two array you have to cross because these two things are not in your syllabus. These two things are excluded. Then form connectivity with the database. In same chapter, page number 70 to 73. Okay, that is excluded from your syllabus of 2020-21. Form connectivity with database. Okay, so cross on page number 70 to 73. These are not in your syllabus. Okay, no question will be asked on this part. Okay, so these things are excluded from your syllabus. Okay, so don't have to study this part. If you have a book, then cross on it. Otherwise, if you don't have a book, then write it in a notepad or any notebook. If you have a notepad, you can write it on a notepad, or if you have in a book, notebook, then write it on notebook. Okay, so this is all about theory. Now we'll go on practical, that is the SOP part. Okay, this is about SOP part, skill oriented practical. 25% practicals are excluded from your syllabus. Okay, what are those practicals? See, chapter number 3, chapter name is Advanced JavaScript. Now page number 95 in your book, cross this SOP 6 and SOP 7. Okay, these two practicals are excluded from your syllabus. You don't have to do it, or you don't have to perform it. Okay, so SOP 6 and SOP 7 of Advanced JavaScript is excluded. Now chapter number 5. Okay, here is the chapter number 5. Chapter name is Server-Side Scripting PHP. Chapter name is Server-Side Scripting PHP. SOP 3, SOP 4, SOP 5 and SOP 6. These four practicals are excluded from your syllabus. The page number is 96. The page number of your book is 96. Cross this SOP 3, SOP 4, SOP 5 and SOP 6. Those are not in your syllabus. Okay, now how many practicals we can conduct in a lab, or how many practicals we can conduct in this year? Actually, you have to conduct total 12 practicals, but as the 25% syllabus get reduced, you have to perform only 7 practicals. Okay, you have to perform only 7 practicals. You have to create a journals of 7 practicals. Now, what are the practicals? So, what are the different practicals allotted for chapter wise? See, for advanced web designing, you have to perform only three practicals. We already have performed 5 to 6 practicals, but you have to perform only 3. So we will consider that the easiest 3 we will consider, and we will create a sleep of these 3 practicals, and we will provide you a practical examination. Okay, so what are the different 3 practicals you have to perform, or what are the 3 practicals you have to submit in journals, that I will explain you later on, or will tell you later on. In advanced JavaScript, only 2 practicals you have to perform. Okay, in advanced JavaScript, you have to perform only 2 practicals. And in server side PHP, you have to perform only 2 practicals. Okay, so total 7 practicals are there. 3 in advanced web designing, 2 in advanced JavaScript, 2 in server side scripting, PHP related. Okay, so total 7 practicals you have to do in this year. Okay, this syllabus is only for this year, for 2020, 2021, the reduced portion or reduced syllabus. Okay, so this is about your practical examination. Okay, so here, this is your last slide. I close this sharing.